All right, so in this lesson, we are going to graph the solutions to a linear equation given in standard form. So we're going to graph the solutions of a linear equation given in standard form. And we're going to do this by converting it to slope-intercept. So we'll do it by converting it to slope-intercept. So we don't know about standard form yet, but we know about slope-intercept form. Now, linear functions, remember linear functions, if we have an x and y axis, are just like lines, right? Or I guess I should maybe put that in a different color, maybe like a line or something, right? Linear function, linear function. Constant rate of change. So we are familiar with this. Y equals mx plus c. This is the slope-intercept form because m is our slope, which is our constant rate of change, and b is our y-intercept, which is where we start. And it's always 0, comma something, right? Now we have this thing called standard form. Standard form is a number x plus a number y equals c. So ax plus by equals c. The thing about it is that these a, b, and c aren't fractions. They're not like anything with a decimal value. These are all integers. Okay, remember that these are all integers. So I should just underline them like that. These are all integers. Remember, integers are something like 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. I never really use 0 in here, so I should just like really cross that out. And then a is a little different. A will have to be positive. A is going to be positive. And then this will be positive or negative. And then the last thing is that you can't divide it by anything. So there's no common factor. We really won't run into that problem very often. So no common factor. So like you can't divide all of these by 2, or you can't divide all of them by 3 or 4 or 5. They're just like, they're done. You can't divide them all by the same number. You can't reduce them at all. So we know how to graph these. We don't know how to graph these. We know how to graph these. Slope-intercept. We don't know how to graph standard. So we are going to change this standard. Today we are going to change this. Let's see if there's something I can use. We're going to change standard into slope-intercept form. Let's go ahead and do that. So we have 2x minus 5y equals 10. You don't know how to graph this, but we can change it to y equals. We can change it to slope-intercept form. So the first thing you want to do, if you notice, is that we want to have our y here and all the x and everything over here. So I'm going to move this x over here, minus 2x. If I do it to one side, do it to the other. So negative 5y equals negative 2x plus 10, because that 10 is positive. So now we will have to divide by this negative 5. Remember, we want this to just say y equals. So divide by negative 5. Okay, now remember, this is like a scale. This left side is equal to this right side. You divide this left side by negative 5, we will divide this whole entire right side by negative 5. So y equals, to divide this whole right side, we have to divide everything on the right side. So we divide this negative 2x and this positive 10. We do it like 2 times. So like we do it right here, and we do it right here. So a negative divided by a negative is a positive 2 over 5. I can't do that, so I'm just going to leave it. 2 over 5. I'm just going to keep the x. And then positive divided by negative is a negative, so minus 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then that's it. That's all we have. Let's try it again. So we have x minus 3y equals 6. Remember, we want to just say y equals. So we get rid of these x's. So we end up with negative 3y equals negative x plus 6. Remember, we can't put those together because these are x's. These have no x's. We can't do anything with them together, so we put them side by side. Now we divide by negative 3, each side by negative 3. Now, what may be a little confusing, besides this, well, most people will forget this, dividing both parts of this side by negative 3, but outside of that, the biggest mistake, of course, will be this one that people will forget about. Some people will just say divide by 3, well, they'll just say there's nothing there, so 3. That's not right. This isn't going to be 3. You have to put the 1 there. So negative divided by negative is a positive. 1 over 3, can't do it. 1 over 3. Positive divided by negative is a negative. 6 over 3 is 2. I can make that a tiny bit. Okay, there we go. Let's do example number 3. 4x minus 5y equals negative 20. So I want to say y equals. I'm going to get rid of this 4x. Bam. Oops. Okay. Minus 4x. I don't know why. Maybe I just need to do it slower. Okay. And we get negative 5y equals negative 4x minus 20. Divide by negative 5. So y equals negative divided by negative is a positive. 4 over 5. I can't divide that. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Oh, I forgot my x. Positive. So plus 4. There I go. And now we have one more. So negative x minus y equals negative 7. So add x this time. Remember, since this is negative, we add it. So remember, this one's always going to be a positive. This one will always be, well, if it's in standard form, it's supposed to be positive. Remember, it's supposed to be positive, this number. But every so often, sometimes people just don't follow the rules and end up giving you something like this. And I just want you to know how to do it just in case. So plus x. So negative y equals x minus 7. X minus 7. Here, this is a 1. I might as well put a 1 here. So I'm divided by negative 1. Negative 1. Y equals a positive divided by negative is a negative. 1 over 1 is 1. And we have an x. And a negative divided by negative is a positive. 7 divided by 1 is 7. Alright, so now that we know how to do this, now we can actually graph equations like this. So let's go here. So this one says, well, 3x minus 5y equals negative 10. We're going to graph this here. But we can't graph that, so we're going to change it. We can't graph this slope, this standard form. We will change it to slope-intercept form. So 3x minus 5y equals negative 10. So minus 3x. That 3 looks a little weird. Still looks a little weird. A little better. So we subtract 3x from both sides. We get negative 5y equals negative 3x minus 10. And then we divide each side by negative 5. Don't forget that when we divide a side by a number, we divide everything on that side by that number. So negative divided by negative is a positive. Negative divided by negative is a positive again. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So this is what we have here. Oh, I can do better than that. All right, so let's go ahead and graph this. So y-intercept is 0, positive 2. And then we go up 3, right 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, I'll put that in a different color. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's supposed to be like that. And then up 3, right 5. Then down 3, left 5. Okay, cool. Let's see what we can do here. And we put x and then y. Let's put a couple of these. Let's put one behind. Like I'll put 0 somewhere in here. So 0, 2. I want to put this one to the left, so I want to put it first. Negative 5, negative 1. If you need to actually count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1. And this one is 5, positive 5, I believe. Yes. 5, positive 5. And this last one's 10, positive 8. If you just want to put 0 in the middle and then be like plus 3, plus 5, that's fine too, and then just go backwards, that's fine. It doesn't matter how you get there. And our proof. So remember, our proof, we're going to take one of these points. We don't care about putting in here. We care about this equation up here. This is the equation we care about. We only changed it. We only changed it so that we could graph it and find solutions. But we don't really care about this. We could have made an error here. So my goal is to check and see if these fit with this equation here. So I'm going to choose 10, 8. Remember to stay away from doing 0 all the time, because sometimes that can make things that are wrong look correct more. Like, you know, let's just try to avoid it if we can do that. Remember, this is the x and this is the y, so 3x minus 5y equals negative 10. So 10 is x, so 10 goes here, and this goes here. So we get 3 times 10 minus 5 times 8 equals negative 10. 3 times 10 is 30. May as well just do this one at the same time. A negative times a positive is a negative. 5 times 8 is 40. And 30 minus 40 is negative 10. And that does in fact equal negative 10. All right. That is it. Thank you. Well, let me try to fix that box first. Okay, cool. That's it. Thank you.